Hey guys, today on People Now, we go inside Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas's extravagant wedding celebrations.
Ryan Reynolds opens up about the hilarious struggles and joys of life as a dad.
Dolly Parton's husband, all about her co-star Jennifer Aniston, and Dolly loves it.
The cast of Aquaman hitting the gym to make movie magic.
Plus, Kimberly Williams-Paisley is here talking about her new movie and holidays with the fam.
Live today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Great to see you. Today is one of our favorite national days of all the many that we talk about around here. It is just in time for the holidays. National Cookie Day, everybody.
That's a good one. So it's the perfect excuse to bake if you're into that. We want to know, what's your favorite type of cookie? Is it the classic chocolate chip? Is it oatmeal raisin, which is actually my favorite? Maybe sugar cookie? Maybe you're feeling the holiday vibes and gingerbread cookies. I don't know. Vote for your fave in our People poll, or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow. You might see it on the show.
We'll check in on your results a little later in the show, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. We begin with this, kicking off the show with our continued exclusive coverage of one of the weddings of the year. Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas are married. This week's People cover story takes you behind the scenes. The couple hosted a jam-packed wedding weekend, with each day holding special significance to their religion and culture. The couple delighted 225 of their closest family and friends with not just one wedding ceremony, but two. The couple stayed at a palace in Jodhpur during their festivities. Their Western ceremony was held on the palace's lawn on Saturday, where the bride walked down the aisle to a string quartet while wearing a hand-beaded and embroidered Ralph Lauren gown and a 75-foot-long veil. Pretty amazing. The bride told People that prior to her walk down the aisle to meet Nick, it was all tears. She admits that she couldn't, quote, hold it in. And she added, I think I was nervous and scared, but as soon as the curtains opened and I saw his face, it was just like everything settled, and I knew I was making the best decision of my life. It's very sweet, the love that they have. We're going to have more details on their spectacular nuptials a little bit later on in the show. In an episode of The Ellen Show airing Tuesday, Ryan Reynolds is getting real about parenting his two daughters, James, who is 4, and Inez, age 2, with wife Blake Lively. As you might expect, they changed everything. Take a look.
I love it. It's really kind of made me a better person, I think, you know? I sort of miss being horrible. It's hard. Like, you know, everybody has, it's always a challenge. Two kids, it's like, you know, I think of like blinking now as like tiny little breaks all day. But, you know, it's a dream, you know? It's the best. They're like my buddies. I love it.
You can catch Ryan in Once Upon a Deadpool. It's a recut PG-13 version of Deadpool 2 that's out December 12th. All right, Ariana is not here for your negativity. The Thank You Next singer came to the defense of her ex-fiancé, Pete Davidson, after he opened up about being cyberbullied. In a lengthy Instagram post on Monday, Davidson addressed his bullying, saying, quote, I've been getting online, bullied, and in public for 9 months. I've spoken about bipolar disorder and being suicidal publicly, only in hopes that it will help bring awareness and help kids like myself who don't want to be on this earth. He ends the post with, quote, to all of those holding me down and seeing this for what it is, I see you and I love you. Grande came to the SNL star's defense on her own Instagram story, saying, quote, I know you already know this, but I feel I need to remind my fans to please be gentler with others. I really don't endorse anything but forgiveness and positivity. Grande wrote on Tuesday, I care deeply about Pete and his health. I'm asking you to please be gentler with others, even on the internet. And she continued, I'll always have irrevocable love for him. And if you've gotten any other impression from my recent work, you might have missed the point. Davidson seemed to be in higher spirits Monday evening. He was seen sitting courtside at the Knicks game with comedian and former SNL writer John Mulaney and actress Chloe Sevigny. Davidson was seen smiling wide in black sweatpants, the wide smile, there it is, and a blue undefeated jersey. He's having a good time. And Ariana Grande's manager, Scooter Braun, he actually spoke out in support of Pete in November after many of Grande's fans repeatedly bullied Davidson. Braun wrote in an Instagram comment, stop the BS. And he added, Pete is a good dude. No one has hate for this guy, and he is a stand-up guy. Show respect, because trust me, everyone on this side knows he deserves it. So a lot of people come into his defense, and that obviously never an excuse to bully someone online, so it gets better for him. All right, more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, we are kicking off Star Trek today with a rare sighting of one of our favorite couples. Meg Ryan and John Mellencamp are feeling the love. The newly engaged couple stepped out together in New York City on Monday. Ryan had her engagement ring in full view while rocking a casual look complete with a dark green overcoat, green pants, and sneakers. Mellencamp wore a darker ensemble, a black leather jacket over a vest, and baggy pants. Look at them. The actress first shared the news of her engagement on November 8th, writing on Instagram simply, "engaged." She paired that with a sweet cartoon drawing of the happy couple. I like that. It's very simple. The pair first dated for 3 years before calling it quits in August of 2014. They rekindled their romance in May of 2017, but have kept the details of their romance mostly private. Well, under the sea superhero Aquaman is finally getting his own flick. It is action-packed. People sat down with the movie's villain, played by Golden Globe nominee Patrick Wilson, to talk about the insane underwater stunts and what it takes to make them believable. Watch this.
A lot of wire work, a lot of imagination, a lot of takes, a lot of time, a lot of harnesses, a lot of stuntmen, a lot of Epsom salts, and a lot of the gym.
Sounds fun. And Patrick isn't the film's only badass. Amber Heard also stars as Aquaman's warrior love interest, and she wants all the little girls who see this movie to take away one very important message. Take a look.
I think seeing women in positions where they are not damsels, where they are not in reactionary postures, where they don't need help from anyone, they don't need to be saved, is incredibly important. Mira is no damsel. So I think girls seeing more representations of the strength in this way is very important, and it's going to be very exciting.
Well said. And Aquaman is in theaters December 21st. Those are your Star Treks for today.
Stay with us, guys. John Legend reveals what he really thinks about being couple goals with Chrissy Teigen. And we're live with one of the stars of the Christmas Chronicles, Kimberly Williams-Paisley. That's coming up in just a little bit. Stick around.
In honor of National Cookie Day, we've been asking about your favorite types of cookies in our People poll. Let's check in on the results so far. I wonder what this one is going to be. I think chocolate chip, right?
Oh, by far.
Yeah, by far.
I wish we would have had a peanut butter cookie on
You know what?
That's always my favorite.
Yeah, you're right. Oatmeal raisin coming in second. That makes me happy. It's so far behind, but it still makes me happy that it's second.
At least it's skewing
That's my
in the right
favorite.
direction.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. I just love oatmeal so much.
Here's the thing. Peanut butter cookies, you can't have them as many places now because the peanut allergies are running rampant,
true.
which is very legit, but it makes me sad because I love them.
I know.
And they come in many different forms. Anyway,
You can't be mad about it because
can we
it's a real
put
issue.
peanut butter cookies on the poll next time? We'll see. Keep voting, and we'll check
year
in
from
with those
now.
a year from now. That's right. And now we move on to this.
Dolly Parton stopped by The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to promote the new Netflix movie Dumplin', which features a soundtrack of Dolly's songs.
So the movie also stars Jennifer Aniston, may have heard of her. Dolly revealed that her husband, Carl Thomas Dean, is a bit more excited about Jen than he is about Dolly's work. Watch this.
Have you known Jennifer Aniston for a while?
You know, I love her to death. My husband is crazy about her.
Oh, really?
Yes. And he was more excited that I was going to do a movie with her than he was that I got the chance to write all this music. See, I think he kind of fantasizes like a threesome with us.
Wait a second. Carl, hey! Carl, go to bed! Hey, Carl, go to bed, Carl, please. Good God.
No, but I'm serious, he does. And I think, I think he can't even get it out to pee, much less get it up to three.
So funny because we weren't expecting her to say that.
And Fallon gone.
I know, but Dolly did make it known she was kidding. There was no chance of an actual threesome taking place.
In case you thought it might actually happen. All right, Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra are husband and wife, as we've been talking about. People has exclusive details on their weekend-long wedding in this week's cover story.
Priyanka told People, quote, "Every girl dreams of being a princess on her wedding day. And with the festivities thrown by these two, I think it's safe to say she got to live her dream."
Absolutely. If you're a princess for the day, why stop at just one wedding ceremony?
Yeah.
Priyanka and Nick had two to honor both of their cultures, and Priyanka told People that, quote, being able to have two big weddings in India with their closest family and friends was unbelievably special.
Now, throughout the weekend festivities, the couple stayed at a palace in Jodhpur. Their Western ceremony was even held on the palace's lawn on Saturday.
For that ceremony, Priyanka was escorted down the aisle by her mother, wearing a hand-beaded and embroidered Ralph Lauren gown with a stunning 75-foot long veil. Look at that. Unbelievable.
So long.
The dress featured floral and scroll scroll motifs, tulle appliques, scallop sleeves, a high neck collar. It was glammed out. It
And
looked amazing.
the embroidery took a total of 1,826 hours to complete, according to the Ralph Lauren brand.
And while we're counting things, we have even more coming up in a bit. The intricate details, they didn't stop there. Underneath the gown was a strapless column dress made up of almost 2.5 million mother-of-pearl sequins.
That's elaborate. And here's a fun fact. Ralph Lauren only designed a wedding dress 3 other times. They were all designed for family members. So that's pretty special, the design for her.
The rest of the wedding party also wore Ralph Lauren. Makes sense in a way. It's a brand that holds some significance for the couple, at least in their history.
And I remember their first public appearance at the Met Gala in 2017. They were both wearing, you guessed it, Ralph Lauren.
Man, they looked amazing. Even that was like a precursor to how good their wedding was going to be.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
how
the
decked
train.
out they
It
were.
was
Yeah.
foreshadowing.
Nick's father, Paul, officiated the Western ceremony. Nick said emotions were pretty high during this whole thing. He said in part, quote, "You think your whole life about that moment. Honestly, I could not have imagined it would be as perfect as it
It really was beautiful. The couple exchanged vows again in a lavish Hindu wedding on Sunday. And Priyanka told People, quote, "I love that our wedding was a religious mashup. We took beautiful traditions that we both grew up with and personalized them in a way that made sense for us."
All right, switching gears to this. Jenna Dewan is looking forward to life post-split from Channing Tatum. Dewan appears on the January cover of Cosmopolitan magazine, where she opens up about the grieving period following her breakup.
She says she didn't run away from her feelings. She let herself cry. She let herself grieve. She said she always knew, quote, "the dawn is coming." So she decided to just ride out those negative feelings.
Dewan has since moved on and has been linked to a new man, Steve Kazee. She tells Cosmo, quote, "I do believe in love still, but I also believe it begins with really digging deep and learning how to love yourself." She added, "I think that people who are meant to be sort of find each other."
A source recently told People that Dewan and the Tony Award-winning actor have been dating for a couple of months, and she's really happy.
Good for them. All right, John Legend is trying something new, dipping his toes into the world of virtual reality.
He has an upcoming animated series called The Rainbow Crow, and he sat down with People to talk about its message. Take a look.
The story's about self-sacrifice. It's about giving to your community, trying to make your community better by doing something unselfish and sacrificial for you.
So a virtual reality series starring John Legend, sign us up. John also shared how he feels about his daughter Luna growing up with the current technology of VR at her fingertips.
It's gonna be crazy, her growing up in a world where virtual reality is like a normal thing. Because we didn't have that, when we were younger, and so much of the technology has evolved for storytelling, but story is still important no matter what the medium is. But it'll be cool for her to be able to experience it in this really immersive, interesting technology.
So John obviously had some awesome teasers for the new series, but he couldn't leave without some words of wisdom about his relationship with model Chrissy Teigen.
Now, we know them, we love them, we call them couple goals way too much. But here's what John really thinks about being everyone's couple goals.
I get that we inspire people to try to find someone that is a great partner for them. And everybody's partnership is going to be different based on your own personality and the people you interact with and your own interests. And hopefully everybody is able to find somebody that they really respond to, that they really connect with, and that complements their personality well. Because Chrissy and I aren't the same people, but the fact that we're different in certain ways, even though we have certain things in common, it makes us complement each other well and get along really well.
So, how was your night?
You'll never believe it.
Yeah?
Good.
Well, what'd you guys do all night? Oh my God.
Brother-sister duo Teddy and Kate are on a mission to prove that Santa exists in Netflix's new movie, The Christmas Chronicles. Needless to say, they return home on Christmas Day. Lots of stories for their mom.
And she joins us live today, Kimberly Williams-Paisley. Thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you
Guys,
again.
good to see you
Yeah,
too.
good to see you. I was just telling you, my girls absolutely love this.
I know, I'm so happy.
Yeah, there were some intense parts, but I was watching. It's got so much good humor in it, too. The writing's on point. Anyway, let's dive into it a little bit. Your character is one Christmas wish here is for her kids to just get along. Your mom in real life, your boys are 11 and 9 years old.
Yes.
What do you want for Christmas for them this year?
To get along.
Yeah, same thing. It's life imitating our culture.
They're very close in age. They're really good friends. So honestly, they get along really well. But this family in the movie, they're kind of broken. They've had a really rough year. The dad has passed away, and so the family's just trying to put the pieces back together. So it's a really heartwarming story and lots of emotional moments too.
Yeah, like you said, the dad passes away, played by Oliver Hudson, and it's hard for them to just do traditions that they are used to doing every year.
Right, because he was like Mr. Christmas.
Yeah. Do you have a tradition that's kind of sacred to you?
In our house?
Yeah.
You know, we love doing the ugly sweaters.
Okay.
You know, so our like the uglier the better. We love doing the Christmas cookies. You know,
Oh, do you?
kids
Decorate
love
them
to
and
do
everything?
that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have pretty typical holiday traditions.
I don't know if it's just my fantasy that it's just a Christmas morning and you can hear a guitar playing down the hall and Brad sitting beside the fireplace just strumming, singing a little Christmas music, but the presents are there. Is this fully fictitious or does this happen?
It's not fully fictitious. See, I'll actually do that on Christmas Eve more than Christmas morning.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, Christmas morning's all about like, let's wake up, let's make the coffee, let's open some presents.
Okay.
But yeah, Christmas Eve he'll do it. It's pretty awesome.
Playing the
You can
music?
come
Just for
over
the fam?
sometime.
Just for you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there. That's fine. That's what I was getting at.
He calls it noodling, and then you know if we encourage him, he'll
Okay.
rip into a
What-
Christmas carol.
One favorite tradition, of course, visiting Santa. This movie, Santa, is played by Kurt Russell.
Yes.
I mean, maybe the coolest Santa
I think
ever.
so.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
There's these little hints of bad Santa in there, which I love, but it never goes too far. It's still this
Right.
family-friendly thing. Are you
Yes.
still able to get your kids to take photo with Santa? Is that something you guys have done over
We
time?
didn't even try this year.
Yeah, are they too old for
My
that?
kids are Santa fans.
Are they?
Yes, they are. But no, we didn't. They didn't even ask. But you know what we'll do every year is we'll pull out all the old Santa photos, and
Yeah.
I just love that because I only see them for like a month a year. We've got the crying ones, we've got the miserable kids like afraid of Santa. You know, I mean, we've got the gamut.
The whole gamut, yeah, that's fun.
And really cute, like asking for things, like the earnest look, and it's
Like they're really giving it to them. Like, this is really what I want, yeah.
It's amazing.
No, we had your kids from the Christmas Chronicles, Judah Lewis
Yeah.
and Darby Camp, on the show. They were so cute,
Yeah, I
and so
love them.
fun.
And they're so good in the movie too.
Yeah. They really are.
Now,
Yeah.
Darby admitted that you had brought Brad to set, and her mom kind of had a fangirl moment. Does that happen a lot? Some of like the moms kind of fangirling over Brad
Did she
Paisley?
have a fangirl moment? Because she hit it really well.
No,
That's
she
what
did.
That's what Darby said.
No, it's still reverberating through the press tour and everything.
Oh, wow.
She's living in it, yeah.
I didn't know. We didn't have that conversation.
yeah.
She played it super cool.
Okay, that must
Yeah.
happen a lot though. People playing it cool when they're kind of freaking out about both of you.
Yeah. And Brad doesn't like to come to set too often, so he just like pops in and pops out. So.
But they said that Kurt's beard was at least partially real, or maybe like he really
Really
grew.
could, like tug on
You could
it.
tug on
I didn't
that.
do it. Tempting.
Okay,
but-
yeah. Maybe next time you see it. Anyway, Lindsay L told us on the CMA red carpet that she loves your family like her own because she got to know you and the kids, you know, touring and everything like that.
Lindsay
You guys,
is amazing.
you go on the road with Brad pretty often. What's your favorite and least favorite part of the whole tour life?
I don't go very often.
Oh, you
To
don't?
be honest,
Okay.
not anymore. Like in the beginning, I was trying to, you know, make a good impression, and it was all very new. And now I'll go like a few times a year, maybe. And if there's a city that I really want to go to,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I still do. I mean, I'll go and watch him at the soundboard, and he comes out really close to where we are, and I'm always like, is he gonna look at me?
A little fangirl moment, and then it's
15
like.
years of marriage, and I still want him to look me in the eye.
Yeah.
You know, like, hi,
Well,
throw
and
me a pic.
Speaking of that, you just celebrated 15 recently, right? Somewhat recently?
Yes,
Yeah.
last March.
Yeah, how do you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you still have a strategy for date nights, or do you still kind of get those in?
Well, we started watching Game of Thrones, which is a huge time sucker, by the way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it
We're
is.
like almost 70 hours in, you know?
You can't stop now.
I have one more episode to go and I'm caught up. So that's been our date night. It's been pretty intense. But I don't know what we're gonna do when that ends. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm gonna have to, like, we're gonna do nothing until April.
Go back and watch The Office. That's what you need to do. I'm just going to throw
love
that
The
out to you.
Office.
We
I
just
love The
recently
Office.
re-binged that.
Did you?
So good.
Okay.
Let's talk about this. Kids are growing up, almost teenager, on tour, or as soon as Brad gets home from some time away. What is his number one thing that he loves to do with the boys, and what's your favorite thing to do when he comes back?
You know, it's Halloween 365 days a year at our house. So
Really?
Yes, and Brad is a master at making costumes. This year on Halloween, Jasper wanted to be a tree, and all of us were like, okay, trying to be supportive. He wants to be a tree. How much traction are you going to get trick-or-treating from house to house as a tree? And Brad made this incredible costume for him out of an old cardboard box, which is also a rare commodity at our house. Anytime we get an Amazon package or something, they're like, save the box!
Yeah.
And they do things with them. So they had this giant box, and he spray painted it. He loves spray paint, and he put leaves on it and stuff. And it was like, you know, remember in E.T. when they take him trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
And He's like, waddling. That's what it was like.
It's like E.T.'s underneath this.
And then, you know, we'd get them all positioned in front of a house, and my oldest son Huck would run up, ring the doorbell, and run back down, and he'd say trick or treat, and he'd like one of his arms was a branch, and they'd have to he'd stuck the pumpkin thing on the branch, and then he'd throw the candy in. He raked it in because everyone loved the tree costume so much. He'd get like triple the candy.
Wow.
That's
well,
right.
good for
So,
wow. That's
very
commitment too.
smart.
Good for his
Yeah.
dad, like going in on it.
Brad really loves to do that with them. I love to read with them. That's
Yeah.
my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Is we read a lot of books together.
Those are
so.
sweet times to share,
Yeah.
right? Like they really can open up during all that. All right, so your sister Ashley Williams, we told you that she was here yesterday.
Yes.
She shared with us a little story about your childhood, and she said
really funny.
Yeah, we'll be hearing from her next week. But she said that that when you were little, she used to play a game with you, or you used to play a game with
I know
her.
where this is going.
Called, and it was basically fetch. You'd throw something out this ball, whatever, out the window, and she'd have to go find it. I thought it was actually sounded very mean, like you're just getting rid of her for a while.
It was good exercise.
Well, she had
Okay.
all the way outside.
She loved it, you guys. I'm telling you, she loved it.
She loved it so much she confessed to the trauma to us yesterday.
Yeah.
Years and years later.
That's been the source of all the anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we lived on top of a hill, and my room was on the 3rd floor, and she was always like, will you play with me? And I loved having a little sister, but sometimes, you know, as I was getting into my teenage years, I needed space, and there was this tennis ball, and I'd be like, go find it. And it would take like a good 10 minutes.
The best part was she was like, she invented this game, and we were like, actually, that's just that's a game you play with
Yeah,
dolls.
yeah.
No dogs.
It was really funny. On a more serious note, though, you and Ashley have done a lot for Alzheimer's awareness, a personal cause. You marked the 2nd anniversary of your mom's passing in November. Obviously, the holidays can be a really hard time. What are you doing to remember her this season?
For the last few years, really getting involved with the Alzheimer's Association has been a fantastic outlet for me. Just trying to turn the story of my mom into something more positive, trying to raise awareness, raise money. We do this incredible fundraiser in Nashville every year. It's an 80s dance party. It's hilarious and fun, and we raise money. So, you know, around this time, my mom was an amazing fundraiser. She worked for the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's. And so in her honor, I raise money and tell her story.
Yeah.
And that's really very healing for me.
It's so good that you're doing that work. We're out of time. I want to talk to you about Dolly Parton. You worked with her.
Oh,
One word to describe Dolly. One word to describe working with her.
Everything, one word. Amazing.
Okay, amazing.
She's amazing.
Great word.
Thank you so much.
So much. And you guys, check out the Christmas Chronicles. It is such a fun movie. It's streaming on Netflix right now.
And thanks for watching. I think we're going to say goodbye.
Thanks,
Guys,
guys.
we're leaving you with one last thing from Tatiana Ali. Bye.
Let's talk about Dolly now.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Ali, and this is One Last Thing. The last song stuck in my head was this morning, If I Could Turn Back Time, Cher. My last big splurge, I'm going shopping this afternoon, so I'll make that happen. The last time I was starstruck, the worst I've ever been starstruck, was Dr. Macy Jameson. Because when I was little, I wanted to be an astronaut. She was the first Black woman in space, and I had her posters on my wall because I was kind of dorky, and I met her, and I literally could not speak.